Here's a staggering fact. I bet you didn't know that by the time you reach 80 years old, you may have already lost up to half the muscle mass you had in your youth. This devastating process known as sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss, isn't just about looking less defined. It's a thief that silently steals the independence of millions worldwide, affecting over 50 million seniors. The consequences are dire. Falls triggered by muscle weakness send more than 300,000 elderly individuals to the hospital each year. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. The shocking portion revealed by research published in the Journal of Physiology. This severe muscle decline is not an unavoidable fate. What if I told you that there are individuals in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s who possess the strength function and even the physical vitality of people decades younger? While many in their age group struggle with basic tasks like rising from a chair or climbing stairs, these remarkable super-agers maintain full independence, continue climbing mountains, play sports, and often outperform individuals half their age on strength tests. If you find this kind of health insight valuable, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe for more educational content like this. So what is their closely guarded secret? The reality is, a staggering 93% of seniors are completely unaware of the specific habits proven to dramatically slow, halt, or even reverse age-related muscle loss. Researchers at prestigious institutions like the Mayo Clinic have identified these habits. Yet what if I told you that some common recommendations given by doctors actually contradict what science shows is crucial for preserving strength as we age? Keep reading, because the very first habit we'll discuss is likely something many people do incorrectly every single day. The good news is, while this common habit could be speeding up muscle loss without you realizing it, you have the power to fix it, starting today. Making this one change could be the defining factor between enjoying your golden years with autonomy and relying on others for daily assistance. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from. We love hearing from you. All right, let's dive into the 7 scientifically backed habits of the exceptionally strong elderly. Habit number 7, harnessing hormetic stress. Paradoxically, one of the key strategies employed by robust 80-year-olds is intentionally subjecting themselves to specific controlled stressors, a concept called hormesis. Hormesis is basically the idea that small controlled amounts of stress, things like short bursts of cold or heat or brief periods of fasting, aren't harmful. Instead, they can actually trigger our body's defenses and make us stronger, especially our muscles. Think of it as a mini-challenge that wakes your body up. Studies from the Buck Institute for Research on Aging reveal that these brief exposures activate cellular defense mechanisms. These defenses help preserve and even enhance muscle function and growth well into advanced age. The primary hormetic stressors used by super-agers include temperature variation, short bursts of cold, like ending a shower with 30-60 seconds of cold water or brief cold plunges, activate brown fat boost mitochondrial production, and trigger adiponectin, a hormone protecting muscle tissue from breakdown. Similarly, heat stress from saunas or hot tubs activates heat shock proteins that repair and protect muscle cells. A compelling Finnish study linked regular sauna use, 4 to 7 times weekly, over 10 years with 40% less muscle loss compared to non-users. Intermittent fasting, time-restricted eating. Super-agers often confine their daily food intake to an 8 to 10-hour window. This isn't about drastic calorie cutting. Instead, it stimulates autophagy, your body's cellular cleanup crew, and enhances muscle quality. Research from the Salk Institute showed this practice can improve mitochondrial activity in muscles by up to 10% in just 12 weeks. Brief, intense muscle contractions. Overcoming isometrics, where individuals push or pull against an immovable object with maximum effort for 5 to 10 seconds, is a common technique. These short, forceful contractions signal muscle cells to stay large and active without excessively stressing joints. The power lies in the intermittent nature of these stressors, followed by adequate recovery. When applied correctly, These controlled challenges activate longevity genes like FOXO and sirtuins, which play a key role in maintaining muscle mass as we age. Remember to ease into these practices gradually to build tolerance. The goal is gentle, beneficial stress, not overwhelming your system. Now that we've unlocked the power of beneficial stress, let's turn to something equally vital for muscle health. Not just what you eat, but when you eat it. Habit number 6. Strategic protein timing. While total protein intake is crucial for seniors, research suggests when you consume protein might be even more critical. Scientists call the age-related decline in protein utilization anabolic resistance. Simply put, this means your body gets less efficient at using protein to build muscle as you age. And what if I told you that the common habit of consuming the bulk of daily protein at dinner is actively working against muscle maintenance? Research in the Journal of Nutrition highlights a crucial window. Your muscles are most receptive to protein for synthesis, roughly 3 to 4 hours after each meal. By saving most protein for dinner, many seniors miss multiple opportunities throughout the day to stimulate muscle growth. The optimal strategy: distribute your protein intake evenly. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Swap that morning cereal or toast for eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie. Continue this pattern with lean meats, fish, dairy, or plant-based options like lentils and beans at subsequent meals. A 12-week University of Texas study demonstrated the power of this timing. Participants who followed this distributed protein approach increased muscle protein synthesis by 25% and gained an average of 1-2 pounds of lean muscle mass without changing any other habits. It's not just about how much protein you eat. When you eat, it makes a huge difference in whether your muscles build or break down. Getting the timing right is essential, but your body also needs the right tools to use that protein effectively. This brings us to a surprising tool. Many overlook the sunshine vitamin. Habit number 5, optimizing vitamin D levels. Did you know that over 80% of the elderly population is deficient in what scientists call the muscle vitamin? Vitamin D insufficiency is a silent epidemic undermining strength. Its role extends far beyond bone health. Harvard University researchers discovered that vitamin D activates specific genes responsible for muscle protein synthesis and growth. Your muscle cells have special docking stations for vitamin D, called VDRs, and triggering them initiates muscle-building processes. A groundbreaking study in JAMA Internal Medicine found that seniors with optimal vitamin D levels exhibited 25% greater muscle strength compared to those with low levels. They also showed significantly better balance coordination and reaction time, all critical for fall prevention. While deficiency is often defined as below 20 ng/ml, superagers consistently maintain optimal levels, typically above 40 ng/ml. How to achieve this sun exposure helps, but its effectiveness diminishes with age. Our skin's production capacity drops by 50% between ages 20 and 65. The standard 600 IU daily recommendation is often insufficient. Most seniors require supplementation, typically 2,000–4,000 IU daily, to reach optimal levels, though this should be guided by blood tests. Include vitamin D-rich foods like fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified dairy, and aim for 15 to 20 minutes of midday sun exposure when possible. Crucial. Caveat: high-dose vitamin D supplementation without adequate vitamin K2, found in fermented foods, specific animal products, can be problematic. K2 helps direct calcium to bones, preventing it from depositing in arteries. This synergistic relationship is vital. Consult your doctor for a blood test to determine your specific vitamin D needs and aim to maintain levels above 40 ng/ml for optimal muscle health. Optimizing vitamin D helps build muscle, but another silent internal factor can sabotage that progress: inflammation. Let's explore how superagers keep this enemy in check. Habit number 4, managing daily inflammation. A common thread among remarkably strong older adults is consistently low levels of systemic inflammation. Researchers now recognize chronic low-grade inflammation, termed inflammaging, as a major driver of age-related muscle wasting. This silent inflammation accelerates muscle protein breakdown faster than the body can rebuild it. Furthermore, it blunts the anabolic signals that normally trigger muscle growth after exercise or protein intake. A pivotal Tufts University study revealed that seniors with the highest inflammatory markers lost muscle mass 3 times faster than those with the lowest levels, independent of their protein intake or exercise habits. Superagers actively employ anti-inflammatory strategies often overlooked by their peers. Prioritizing sleep. Consistent sleep schedules and sleeping in complete darkness are key. Poor sleep can spike inflammatory messengers, cytokines, by up to 40%, accelerating muscle loss. Nurturing gut health. Emerging research from the University of California links age-related shifts in gut bacteria directly to systemic inflammation. Superagers consume diverse plant foods, aiming for 30-plus different types per week. Fermented foods rich in natural probiotics, yogurt, kefir sauerkraut, and varied fiber sources daily. Smart exercise intensity. While regular movement is vital, excessive high-intensity exercise can worsen inflammation in older adults. Superagers typically engage in moderate activity most days, strategically incorporating brief, intense bursts only once or twice a week. Consuming anti-inflammatory compounds. Regular intake of omega-3 fatty acids, 2 to 3 grams daily via fish or supplements. Curcumin from turmeric and polyphenol-rich foods, berries, green tea, extra virgin olive oil, is common. You can monitor inflammation via a simple blood test for high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, HSCRP. Superagers typically maintain levels below 10 mg/L, whereas average seniors often have levels 3 to 5 times higher. Controlling inflammation protects your muscles, but building them requires specific spark plugs or micronutrients. This leads us to the next vital habit. Habit number 3, daily intake of specific micronutrients. While macronutrients like protein get attention, superagers meticulously focus on specific micronutrients, crucial for muscle function and protein utilization. These act as essential cofactors, enabling your body to maximize the benefits of protein and exercise. Without them, even adequate protein and effort may not prevent muscle loss. Magnesium. Dubbed the forgotten electrolyte for muscle health by University of Vermont researchers. Magnesium is vital for over 300 enzymatic reactions involved in muscle function, yet over 70% of seniors are deficient. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed seniors with adequate magnesium had 30% stronger grip strength and significantly better physical performance. Superagers consume magnesium-rich foods, dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, dark chocolate, and often supplement with highly bioavailable forms like magnesium glycinate or threonate, creatine. Not just for young bodybuilders. A 2015 McMaster University review found creatine supplementation significantly boosts muscle mass strength and cognitive function in older adults compared to training alone. A daily dose of 3 to 5 grams enhances muscle energy production and cell hydration, creating an anabolic environment. Methylated B12. Stomach acid declines with age, impairing B12 absorption. Common drugs like metformin and proton pump inhibitors further deplete this vitamin critical for nerve function and muscle energy production. Superagers often supplement with the active methylcobalamin form, bypassing absorption issues associated with the cheaper cyanocobalamin found in many multivitamins. Mineral cofactors, zinc, selenium, chromium. These trace minerals are essential for protein synthesis and insulin sensitivity, nutrient transport to muscles. A Tufts University study linked optimal levels to 22% better muscle mass maintenance over 5 years. Rather than relying on generic multivitamins, superagers often use micronutrient testing to identify and address their specific deficiencies, tailoring supplementation for maximum impact. Fueling your muscles correctly is vital, but what about the signals telling them what to do? This crucial brain-muscle link involves our next habit. Habit number 2, preserving neuromuscular connections. Here's a fascinating insight. Most seniors miss muscle loss isn't just about the muscle fibers themselves. Often the connection between your nervous system and your muscles, the neuromuscular junction, think of it as the point where nerves talk to your muscles, deteriorates first and at a faster rate after 60. If these connections degrade, no amount of protein or simple exercise can effectively transmit the brain's signal to contract. University of Michigan research shows superagers maintain significantly healthier neuromuscular connections. Excitingly specific activities can preserve or even restore these vital links. Coordination and precision exercises. Activities requiring complex coordinated movements like Tai Chi, dancing tennis, or even ping pong challenge the brain to recruit muscle fibers in specific patterns. A 2020 study found older adults engaging in such activities twice weekly preserved neuromuscular connections 31% better than those doing conventional exercise alone. Neuroprotective nutrients. Certain compounds like alpha-lipoic acid and acetyl L-carnitine show promise in protecting the nerve-muscle connection from oxidative damage. Specific B1 forms like benfotiamine and huperzine A from Chinese club moss can boost acetylcholine, the primary neurotransmitter for muscle activation. Vagus nerve stimulation. Simple breathing techniques practiced by superagers like box breathing. Inhale, 4, hold, 4, exhale, 4, hold, 4. Stimulate the vagus nerve, which helps regulate neuromuscular transmission. Just 5 minutes daily can improve neural activation of muscles by up to 15%. Cognitive engagement. A seminal Columbia University study found that older adults regularly engaging in challenging mental activities preserved muscle function better. The researchers concluded that brain training directly benefits the neuromuscular system due to shared neural pathways. By employing these strategies, superagers keep the lines of communication between brain and muscle strong, enabling efficient muscle recruitment well into their later years. Keeping the brain-muscle connection strong is key, but the single most powerful action you can take involves directly challenging the muscles themselves. This brings us to the undisputed champion habit. Habit number 1, progressive resistance exercise, the undisputed champion. We've arrived at the single most crucial habit deemed by Tufts University experts as perhaps the most powerful anti-aging medicine ever discovered, progressive resistance training. But crucially, it's not performed the way most seniors approach exercise. Superagers actively combat muscle atrophy through targeted resistance programs based on a fundamental principle: use it or lose it, but with a vital addendum: you must progressively challenge it to keep it. Simply walking, doing light water aerobics, or lifting the same small weights week after week is insufficient to maintain, let alone build muscle mass after 60. How do superagers train differently? Intensity, not just duration. Research from McMaster University showed seniors performing high-intensity resistance training, lifting to the point of momentary failure, gained more muscle in 2 weeks than others did in 5 weeks of moderate training. Reaching the point where you cannot perform another repetition with good form, transient muscle failure, sends powerful anabolic signals that stimulate muscle growth for up to 72 hours. Compound movements. Emphasis is placed on exercises engaging multiple muscle groups simultaneously: modified squats, deadlifts, rows, presses, tailored to their mobility. These yield a greater hormonal response than isolated movements like bicep curls. Progressive overload. This is key. Muscles adapt quickly. Superagers consistently track their workouts and strive to gradually make their exercises a little harder over time. More weight, more repetitions, or better form. Lifting the same weights month after month leads to stagnation. Eccentric focus. They often emphasize the lowering or negative part of an exercise, the eccentric phase, performing it slowly. This phase is particularly effective for stimulating strength gains in older adults and places less stress on joints. Remarkably, it's never too late to start. A landmark University of Alabama study found older adults beginning a 12-week progressive resistance program increased strength by 35% and added an average of 3 pounds of muscle alongside improvements in cognitive function, bone density, and blood sugar control. The most common mistake seniors make: believing resistance training is too risky or that they're too old. What if I told you the real risk lies in avoiding it leading to frailty falls and loss of independence? If you adopt only one habit from this list, make it progressive resistance training. Seek guidance from a qualified trainer, initially to ensure proper form, then gradually increase the intensity, appropriate for your fitness level. Just 2 focused 30-minute sessions per week can profoundly change your aging trajectory. Your turn to build strength and take control. There you have it, the 7 research-backed habits explaining why some 80-year-olds remain remarkably strong. Pick one of these powerful habits that feels achievable for you and commit to starting today. Don't feel you need to do everything at once. Just take that first step. Gradually incorporate others as you build momentum. Remember, the strength and independence you invest in now will pay incredible dividends, allowing you to live your later years more fully and vibrantly. This is about taking charge of your aging journey. Now we want to hear from you. Are you currently practicing any of these habits? Which one surprised you the most? Do you know an older adult who defies their age with incredible strength? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. We appreciate you watching.